Hello, welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video. That is the new suit, and I should say new suits, the fairy suits from Code Fairy. And I might do an actual review on Code Fairy Volume 1. Maybe I'll wait until the other volumes get released and I'll do all that. But first of all, I'm going to do a little thoughts on all the suits so far. We have the Zaku 2 Sniper Type HH, the Zaku Cannon MB, and then the high mobility ground type, blah 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 blah, AS. And yeah, we'll start off with the sniper here because that is I was gonna start off with the AS, but I think I'll save the main character suit for last. And you'll see me. I'm gonna do a little different tactic here with the sniper 2 here. I'll be sitting on top of that little hill there. I hardly see anybody do that, but I'm going to be taking full advantage of that. And you'll see do pretty well with it. Although I do wish I could have helped my teammates a little bit more. I'm playing more of a counter sniper role. Well, here in a second. But yeah, we'll go ahead and start off with the stats for the Zaku 2 Sniper Type HH, which, if you don't know, is piloted by Helena in Code Fairy. That is your support suit. And also the best waifu, don't at me, because she actually gets the stuns. Fuck Mia. Mia does not give me stuns in that game. I can't do the chain links. But yeah, Helena. For stats, you have 13,000 health, you have 16 ballistic resistance, 12 beam resistance, 2 melee resistance, 16 range strength, 14 melee strength, 110 movement speed, 150 boost speed, and 50 thruster gauge, and 51 turning speed. And then for your slots, you have 2 close range, 5 medium range, and 13 long range slots. I forgot to mention it's also 300 cost. And yeah, as you can see, definitely meant to be more of a range suit, although the melee strengths is not too far off from the range strength. Although obviously with this thing's melee weapon being the blow, you obviously just want to start shooting more. But this thing can do some combos at close range, which is nice. And then for the weapons, you have the Zaku 2 Sniper Rifle, which is a pretty unique looking rifle. I'm pretty sure from what other people have said it's from another game. I'm not sure what that game is. I heard Zeonic Front. I've heard Crossfire. I'm pretty sure, is Crossfire like the predecessor to Battle Operations? But yeah, that is 1,600 damage. You have 7 rounds, 600 range. And the cooldown time, I'm looking at the actual pictures here. Cooldown time is 3.5 seconds, and the reload speed is 18 seconds. And yeah, not too shabby. 600 damage. 600 damage, my bad. It's 600 range. As you can see, I'm fully using that to my capabilities in this match, just sniping at people. And with 1,600 damage, that can get you some decent damage against generals at 300. Depending, you can stop them in their tracks. I'm pretty sure they can also do some good leg damage. But yeah, and then for your melee weapon, you have the blow, which the level 1 is going to be 1,000 damage, and that has the sliding tackle that the Zaku 1 Sniper also has. And yeah, cooldown time 2.5 seconds. Yeah, it's your typical kind of melee. You obviously don't want to just straight up just try and fist fight people. But it's a decent little weapon, decent little melee attack. Because again, you have the shoulder tackle. You can definitely combo that into that with some of your other weapons here. Which with your sub weapons, you have the Sturmfaust, which is 1,700 damage. It's a Sturmfaust, and you have 1 shot and 200 range, and the reload speed is 15 seconds. And yeah, it's your typical Sturmfaust. Pull it out, takes a little while to come out, which I do wish I wish they would buff the Sturmfaust and the club to come out faster, because it's literally just a rocket on a tube. And I believe you saw, I want to say the suit, yeah, it just has it on its waist, so you should be able to just grab it, use it, especially with this suit having the kind of decent melee damage. So that would be nice. Then for your other sub-weapon, you have the Zaku 2 Sniper Rifle Rapid, which is basically the long gun of the Recon Zaku, if you're familiar with the Recon Zaku, or maybe if you're using it for the Zaku 1 Sniper. It shoots 3-round bursts, they stun, accumulation stun with 3 rounds, good for breaking maneuver armor if you can aim it. It is, if I can get to it, 250 damage each shot. You have 9 rounds, so you can shoot that a burst of 3 times. Let me see. Yeah, it should be 3 times, I think. I can't think off the top of my head at the moment. I got like 3 things look at over here. But yeah, you also have 600 range on this as well. And cooldown time 3 seconds, reload speed 18 seconds. Obviously, this thing is a perfect follow-up for your sniper rifle round. So you can shoot your sniper rifle round, get a stun, follow up with the rapid fire, which I've been doing this match. And one weird thing is this thing doesn't actually have ASL. So this is what makes me believe that you're meant to just follow up with your sniper rifle shot. And hey, it does some accumulation stagger, so if you can hit people at close range, that can be a way to stop maneuver armor for raids coming up on you. Pretty useful, little sub weapon. I maybe could have used a little bit more damage on it, but I'm fine with it. It has utility, and I like that. In case you don't want to start with the stun first, or maybe you're going after maneuver armor, so nice. And I believe if you use it with your next weapon here, the chaff grenade, you can actually get a quicker stun. Even you don't have to use all 3 shots, which, I mean, you're going to using the burst fire, but anyway, the chaff grenade, which is 900 damage, 3 rounds, 150 range, but it's a grenade, so you can toss it further. Cooldown time is 4 seconds, reload speed is 13 seconds. And yeah, it's your typical grenade. It does a little bit of damage. I believe the chaff grenade can actually mess with your radar. Let me double check on that. Yeah, it does a temporary jamming effect. So if you get hit by that, people will get if people get hit by it, they will get jammed. So not only does it do some decent little damage, it will jam their radar. So nice. And then for your final sub weapon, you have the camera gun, which is 0 damage, obviously, heat rate of 100%, and your range is 500. And the cooldown time, it doesn't say the cooldown time, but the overheat is 15 seconds. And obviously, this you take a picture of somebody, they get spotted, and you'll do extra damage to them. I don't believe I used it too much this match. Maybe I used it a lot more than I thought, but I'm not looking at the the match at the moment. But obviously, with the I keep saying obviously, for the skills that you have, it will help you in getting extra damage against, and helping your team get extra damage as well against enemy suits. And for your skills, you have high performance radar level 3, high performance scope level 1. You have observational data link level 1, scouting parallel processing device level 1, which means you can see your radar when you're sniping, and precision analyst system, which if you spot somebody, you will do, and your team will do 3% extra damage to people. So nice set of skills. It's a decent little sniper. I think I'm gonna wait for this match to be over. It's not over as I look to it, and I will do my thoughts on each of these at the end when I get to everything. But as we wrap up this video, I'm gonna get in my suit, and you'll see I'm rushing to get a kill because we're very close to the end of the match here. I did get somebody with my support fire, and we're barely on the cusp of winning here. I'm trying to get up. I accidentally overheated. I'm trying to walk up this hill. I can't. Finally, I get up, but thankfully our team did pull through, and we going to barely win, I believe. But yeah, timeout. Let's see what we got going on. Mission completed. And let's see. Hey, top individual score. Nice, nice. And we beat our rivals. Gonna praise our generals because they're doing pretty good at pushing. And yeah, we barely won with like 100 and something. And let's see, third place, 6-3. Yeah, not too bad with the sniper here. Alright, and now we have the Zaku half cannon MB, which in this match we actually are joined by a viewer, Obama's last name, you know who you are, and he's been in a couple of streams now, and seems like a pretty nice guy. And yeah, this is going to be another impact site. I believe at the moment when I got these 2 matches, they were on impact site. I do have some other matches saved up on other maps, so I hope you don't mind seeing impact site for 2 of these. But yeah, we have these Zaku half cannon, which seems like a pretty strong accumulation stagger suit, which could be good for maneuver armor raids. It is also a 300 cost suit, and I was actually really interested in seeing how this suit worked because, like I said before, Mia, I hate her I hate her AI in Code Fairy. She's not like a bad person at all. She's like a sweet little girl, but in her AI fucking sucks. Jesus Christ. she fires like 3 bullets of her machine gun, then does nothing else. Maybe she'll go in for a melee every now and then, but yeah, I think I would do a lot better with that suit. At least try and shoot people, you know, more than just once or twice with the machine gun. But yeah. Anyway, before I get more angry at the AI and Code Fairy, yeah, the Zaku half cannon, another 300 cost suit. Stats here, you have 12,000 health, you have 11 ballistic resistance, 8 beam resistance, 11 melee resistance, 12 range strength, 10 melee strength, 120 movement speed, 180 top speed, you have 60 thruster gauge, and 54 turning speed. And for part slots, you have 9 close range, 6 mid range, and 5 long range slots. And as you can see, it also wants you to focus a little bit more on the range strength, my bad, but it can do melee, you know, again, like with the support suit, the Zaku 2 sniper. This thing has the melee strength is a little bit below the range strength, so you can kind of build. If you want to go for a little bit of melee, you can too. And this thing does have the Zaku axe, and it has balancers. So basically, think of the Zaku cannon and think of it if it had balancers, you know. And you know, speaking of the weapons, we have the MMP-78GN, which is the grenade launcher anti-air. And that is the one where it shoots and it kind of has a little tiny explosion radius to it. That is 750 damage. You have 6 rounds, 350 range with a 0 cooldown time and 10-second reload time. And yeah, it takes 2 hits to stun, and you'll see me miss that quite often in this match. And whenever I'm trying to learn how to hit it, because I've hardly played suits that use this machine gun. Even though it's not a bad gun at all, if you can aim, this is a really good weapon. Again, 2 hits to stun. Just by itself, and if you want to use it with your other weapons, you can just use 1 round. It's pretty good at stopping raids. And yeah, again, I don't know what else to say. It's a pretty good weapon, and it comes with a grenade launcher as well. I believe you can't switch it out for any other weapons. Yeah, I know you can't. And then for your melee weapon, you have the Heat Hawk. It's red hot, and it's 1,600 damage with a 2.5 cooldown time. It's your typical Zaku melee animations on it. The downswing can do some decent damage, and certainly helps out in Code Fairy, because she won't stun any other way. She just comes in with their melee, and yeah, pretty nice. Nice little damage you can do. And of course, if you want to build up that melee strength, you can. And then for your sub weapons, you have Smoke Discharger, which is 0 damage. You have 1 round, 5 range, okay, 0 cooldown time, well, it doesn't even mention it, and a reload time of 20 seconds, and yeah, that you get stealth, so nice. And it lasts for a few seconds. I don't believe it actually gives you any extra little defense. I want to say like the Ifrit. Does the Ifrit? I'm trying to remember if it did that or not. But anyway, yeah, you can give yourself stealth. Nice. And then you have the big boy, the 120 millimeter Vulcan gun, which is yeah, Zaku cannon minigun, and that is 100 damage, 90 ammo, and 400 range with a 0 cooldown time and 16-second reload time. And yeah, that is a pretty nice weapon of itself. I believe, and if you're using all 90 of your shots, you can stun 3 times, I want to say, if all of them hit, of course. And if not, they can lay down some great covering fire. If you use this in conjunction with the support Zaku cannon, you will melt health really fast, and I'm probably get some really fast stun as well. But of course, you know, you have other weapons that can nail you a stun faster. Yeah, it's again pretty good for that covering fire and just adding in extra damage to other suits. So, you know, great weapon. Like it. I like it on the half cannon. I like it on this half cannon here. Next weapon, you have the big gun, which is 550 damage. You have 6 rounds, 350 range, cooldown time of 0.5 seconds, and a reload time of 15 seconds. And it shoots in burst fire of 2, which I wish it didn't do the 2 burst fire. Maybe if we could do it continuously, but maybe that's not how it is in the Gundam show. But definitely would have preferred it that way, where just rapid fires. But it can, you know, 550 damage, and I believe 4 shots will stun, so that leaves you with 2 more ammo. Which you can use that for some other stuff as well. But yeah, you know, 4 shots will stun, and great add-on damage. You're just a decent little supporting weapon if you can aim it, unlike me. Next weapon, you have the leg triple missile pod, which is 350 damage, 6 rounds, and 350 range, 0 cooldown time, and a reload time of 10 seconds. And again, it takes 4 out of the 6 to stun, and that leaves you with just 2 more left. So you can, I think you can actually combine the last 2 shots of the leg missile pod and the last 2 shots of the big gun to get 1 more stun. I have to remember if that's actually possible. If not, but anyway, even then, that's still good. You know, both of these weapons will take only 4 shots to stun, so I like that. They're pretty good, and you know, good little add-on damage in case you don't want to go for the stun. And I'm pretty sure if you downswing somebody, you can switch to your big gun and then do like 1 round of that, and then 1 round of your missile pods if you want to do that as a combo. In case somebody has one coming in with their melee, like a lot of people do in this game. And then for your last weapon, you have the MMP-78 grenade launcher. That is 700 damage, 1 round, 325 range, a no cooldown time mentioned, and 15-second reload time. And yeah, it's a grenade launcher, works like a grenade launcher, and a pretty good stun. It's your only instant stun on this suit, besides melee, of course. So yeah, you know, you can use that to open up a opportunity for you to come in with melee, or maybe try to bait out a dodge roll and get in a checkmate situation. If you don't know what checkmate situation is, that's where you make sure everybody uses up all their defenses, like a dodge roll, or maybe you break their maneuver armor, and you can freely wail on them with your teammates. And yeah, so the grenade launcher, pretty good. 700 damage, you know. If you want to build up range strength, pretty good. Or if you want to mix it up with your other weapons to try and get a stun accumulation, that can also work if you're fighting maneuver armor. And then finally, you have the Zaku half cannon MB shield. It's considered a small size shield and is 2000 HP. And finally, for your skills, you only have 4 skills, which is the high performance radar level 1. You have observational data link level 1. You have high performance balancers. And finally, you have a new skill called the UGS. And reading this, when unit you're operating is crouching, drive a UGS into the ground to detect enemy units within radar range and share said info with allies. You can even detect enemies in stealth mode while the skill is in effect. Now, I've used this a couple of times. I still don't know what it's supposed to give off, because it doesn't reveal like picture-wise, right? It doesn't even do that. It seems like it only shows off health, but the thing with that is you can do that with observational data link. So what point is the UGS exactly? Maybe if you don't have a support and maybe people are a little bit more away, but it's in your radar range. So I'm not sure what maybe I'm missing something with the UGS, but anyway, hey, mission completed. We'll see what we got going on here. Hey, not on the board, but our team did really well. You know, I'm going to give some praises off. Unfortunately, Mr. Obama did not get a rival victory, but hey, our Doms did really well. I will praise those Doms. And hey, 4th place, 6-2. Not too bad at all. 3rd place in individual score, so nice. And yeah, if one of you guys in the comment section want to tell me what the UGS, what it exactly does, then I really appreciate it. Alright, and now the final suit, and most importantly, the main character of Code Fairy. We have the High Mobility Zaku Ground Type AS, piloted by Alma. Alma something, her last name is also vaguely German-esque. And, and yeah, this is actually a higher cost than the last 2 suits, and it's a raid. The other suits are 300, this suit is 350, and I'm going to let you guys in on a surprise. This match is, I've actually been using these at a higher cost. So the suits I've been using at the 300 suits, the Zaku Sniper and the Zaku Cannon, I was actually using those at 350. And this suit, that's a 350 suit, this is a 400 match. And you can see these suits can hang around at these costs. Although this match, I was kind of a little bit careful. I will have another match to showcase this. This is actually my 2nd match in this. And yeah, we'll go ahead and start off with the stats of the High Mobility Zaku Ground Type AS. And for stats, it is a 350 suit, it is a raid. This HP is 11,500. Ballistic resistance is 14. Beam resistance is 10. Melee resistance is 12. Range strength is 11. Melee strength is 24. Movement speed 130. Top speed is 190. Thruster gauge is 65, and turning speed is 57. And then for your part slots, you have close range, 15 slots, medium range, 6 slots, and long range, 6 slots. I mean, 3 slots, my bad. And yeah, obviously this thing is pretty weak resistance-wise and health-wise. 11,500 health is not a lot for 350. But this thing does make up for it by having a amazing weapon set here, and great damage. So we'll get into that right now with the Rakuten Bazooka starting off, and that is 1,650 damage, 5 rounds, 300 range. Cooldown time is 7.4 seconds and a reload time is 17.5. And yeah, that is your typical bazooka. You point it at somebody's feet, you shoot, and hope you get a stun. Works really well for the raid. If this is, if this is this by itself, this would be an okay raid, but you get more than that. Before we get into that, you all can also switch out the bazooka if you want. You can put in the machine gun, the MMP-78 machine gun with the grenade launcher, which is 190 damage, 52 ammo, 250 range with 0 cooldown time and a reload speed of 7 seconds. And with the grenade launcher, it is 700 damage, 1 round, 325 range with a reload speed of 15 seconds. And yeah, it's a machine gun. A lot of people are probably going to opt out of this. I haven't seen anybody use it yet, but honestly, it might seem like a decent thing to do because, you still get 2 stuns. You still have the shotgun that I'll mention here in a second, along with the grenade launcher. So it, might not be a bad idea to use, but obviously people would rather use the bazooka since it probably I think it has a faster firing speed or faster velocity. So yeah, there's that. And then for your melee weapon, you have the Heat Sword, which is 2,100 damage with a cooldown time of 2.5. I believe this is the same sword that the Goof uses, so if you're going to use this in mix-up mode, you can use up to the level 4, so that's nice. And yeah, this has a unique downswing. You probably seen me use it already. And yeah, you do a straight just down slash and then go into a horizontal slash. Does a lot of damage. If you buff up your melee strength, you will do devastating amounts of damage to supports and still do some good damage to generals. As you can see, like 2,600 to a general. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And I'm pretty sure you can also do some leg damage. I'm trying to remember. Maybe because you're doing so much damage to supports, it can break their legs, but I'm not sure about generals. And then for your sub-weapons, you have the head-mounted Vulcan, which is 50 damage, 30 rounds, with 150 range, and a cooldown time of 0 seconds and a reload speed of 6 seconds. And yeah, it's Vulcans. They're mostly there for adding on extra damage to really low health supports. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say generals because this thing would 50 damage. I don't think you're gonna be finishing off generals anytime soon, unless they're really low. But you can also use it to catch pilots if somebody's trying to take a point. So there's that. So yeah, just Vulcans. And then for your next weapon, you have the Arm Missile Pod, which is 300 damage. You have 12 rounds, 250 range, 0 cooldown time, and 17.5 reload speed. And yeah, these are actually some really good missile pods. I honestly wished all the suits that have missile pods in this game would have missile pods that are similar to this, because they fire fast, they fire a lot. They can, if you don't want to waste your bazooka stun or your shotgun stun, these can get you a pretty quick stun by itself if you catch somebody, if they're not trying to shoot you first, obviously. But yeah, pretty good for stacking up damage. Really nice for comboing with somebody who's already beat you to the punch with melee, so you can use this as a backup. Overall, nice weapon. I really wished a lot of suits that have pods would have pods similar to this. Nice. And finally, you have the shotgun, a sub-weapon shotgun, and yeah, 150 damage. You have 3 ammo, 3 shots, and 150 range. Cooldown time of 4.0 seconds. Which is 4 seconds, and a reload time of 20 seconds. Yeah, this is a backup shotgun. Shotguns are really good in this game if you aren't aware. So yeah, the bazooka with the shotgun, that is 2 stuns. You put in the missile pods, that's potentially 3. This makes this suit way more than worth it. You have basically a mini raid camper. And that makes this suit just really terrifying to see when you're a support or even a general, because it can get a chance to stun you. And it's really easy to checkmate a lot of suits just with this setup here. Of course, the downside being that you have low resistances. And then for your skills, you have Offense System level 1, so it reduces reaction when you get hit by range attacks. So if you're doing your downswing, Somebody shoots a stun at you, you won't get stunned. Only if they shoot a heavy stagger or I believe an accumulation stun. So that's strong for this cost. And then you have a level 1 dodge roll, so emergency evasion system. So yeah, you got 1 dodge roll. You have maneuver armor level 1, maneuver armor, you know. High performance balancer level 1, you know, you can hit while moving and all that good shit. Melee combo controller level 1, that's only 2 hits though, so keep that in mind. Anti-blast stabilizer, so you don't get stunned by mobile suits exploding on you. And then assault booster, which is what all raids get. Whenever you jump, it reduces the jump charge time by 40%, and it boosts your jump speed by 30%, and it reduces reaction when you're hit in mid-jump. So yeah, this suit is geared towards melee, and it's really, really strong at melee. And we'll get into the pros and cons of these suits here in a second. We'll go ahead and finish the rest of this match here, which very close to the end. We are winning, but this could turn around potentially. But yeah, I'm getting killed by the gun cannon. I am now dead. Somehow I became ace, and I believe I audibly said fuck when I became the ace, because this is not the kind of suit I'd want to be the ace in. You know? But yeah. But anyway, yeah, last 10 seconds here. Almost 10 seconds. Now it's 10 seconds. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be winning with 4,000 points ahead. So yeah, this suit still seems pretty strong, even at 400. I just have to be careful of people trying to shoot at me because, oh man, that could have killed. Because, you know, low resistance is low health. But yeah, timeout. We'll see what we got going on here. Good works all around. And even I love you. Wow. And hey, top individual score, 6,000. Nice. I'm the only one that beat a rival on my team. Cool. And I'm going to praise Taru and Mick. They did well, especially Taru. And let's see what we got going on here. Second place, 7-3 with nice pursuit assist. And yeah, not too much damage. Well, third in damage, I guess that's fine. But it's only like 60, almost 69,000. 69, nice. But yeah. So now we're going to get to the pros and cons. I'll start off with the raid here. Yeah, the high mobility Zaku ground type AS. This is for sure the best of the three. A lot of great melee damage, and you have stun lock potential, gross stun lock potential, because you also have the shotgun. The missile pods are really, really damn good. That was multiple pros, by the way. One having multiple stun locks, one of them being a shotgun, one being the really good melee damage, and yeah, the missile pods also being a really good one. Other pros being the offense system, so you don't get interrupted when you do your melee. You have a dodge roll, you have maneuver armor, you have balancers, you also have anti-blast stabilizer, and assault booster. So this thing is really strong. Of course, the downsides of this, the cons, is that you have low health. You have 11,500 at 350. That can go away really fast depending on the suit you're fighting that are probably geared like towards melee. You also have kind of lowerish resistances. You know, you have 14 ballistic, 10 beam, 12 melee, and I was about to say the range strength. I'm about to go over the stats again, but no. Yeah, so some lower stats. So you have to be careful when you're fighting against suits that are more specialized in one way. Like if you fight a Zogok, the Zogok will probably fuck you up if it gets a chance to touch you. Same with something like the regular high mobility ground type Zaku, especially if I have mine around that has 71 melee strength. Yeah, that health is going away real fast. And when you get countered by somebody that has a lot of melee strength, yeah, you don't want to get countered in this suit. And the bad thing is, I believe with how the downswing goes, you can get countered from behind really easily. So just be really, really careful with this suit, but also be super aggressive, because that will benefit you with this suit. Now, for the general, if I can get to it real fast. There it is. The general, of course, the pros for the Zaku half cannon MB is that you have a lot of potential stuns, and I mean a lot. You can stop maneuver armor suits pretty fast with just the main weapon of this suit, the anti-air gun. Just 2 shots, people get stunned, even against like regular suits. So that's already good. But you can also combine the big gun to get a quick stun, or the missile pods to get a quick stun If they're not, using the maneuver armor, or maybe you just want to get a opportunity to get a melee combo off, you can use your grenade launcher for a stun. That's your only instant stun, so there's that. The minigun is really good for laying down covering fire and just adding on extra damage. Good for just blowing away at enemies while your teammates are fighting, and you can get 3 potential stuns out of it. You can definitely mix it up with your other weapons as well. And then for another pro is that you have stealth, so that's nice, lasts for a little bit. Use that to get in better positions. And I'm not sure if I want to, I don't know where I put the UGS. Again, if you guys can say what this does, I'd be fine. Like, that'd be really helpful. For me, it seems like it only just finds people's health. So there's that. And then for cons, you also have some lower-ish resistances, with the beam resistance being 8, and you don't have a dodge roll, so you just have balancers. So keep that in mind when you're using this suit. If you're trying to get into close range combat with people, you do not have a dodge roll. You're basically, for all intents and purposes, you're a support with balancers, which, in my opinion, they probably could have just made this a support as well. But of course they need a general support in raid, so I'm fine with this being a general. Yeah, this can be a pretty good backup, helping the support suit, kinda. It can definitely, stop raids in their place, and if you can aim, unlike me, you'll definitely be rocking out with the suit quite often. So there is the general, and then finally back to the Zaku 2 sniper type HH. Yeah, this seems like a pretty strong support. You have 2 potential stuns here. You have the Zaku 2 sniper rifle that will, I'm pretty sure a lot of people say it can break legs, or at least damage them pretty fast. So you can use that to get a stun, do some decent damage, and if you combine it with your recon camera, you can do extra damage. And your second potential stun is the rapid fire. Rapid fire works like the recon Zaku, the long gun, the long machine gun. Same with the Zaku 1 sniper and the recon Zaku, that same weapon. If you just shoot with just 3 of those, the 3-round burst will stun people. Or you can use it as a follow-up combo damage with your regular sniper rifle shot. So that's definitely a pro. Pretty easy combos here. It does have some decent melee strength, so you can kinda, if you want to use your Sturmfaust for a close range stun, then go for your melee. You can kind of do that. The chaff grenades will jam. That's also a positive, and they do some decent damage. And then finally, the camera gun will do some good damage as well. Not damage. Well, I mean, it can do potential damage, because you take a picture of somebody, and then your team starts shooting at them. That's a lot of 3% extra damage on from your teammates to the enemy. So that will be helpful. Especially if you can, let's say you lock on to the raid, you take a picture of the raid's probably going to die in a few seconds. You can also see your radar while you snipe. And I believe that's one of the few supports at 300 that can do that, so there's that. And yeah, I gotta say, I'm impressed with the raid suit. The other suits, I think they're pretty damn good. So yeah, overall, these fairy suits are actually really damn good. Especially the raid and the support. Although I feel like the general is the weakest of the 3, but it's definitely not a bad suit. When I say the weakest, it's like the Mr. Universal contest, or the strongman contest, where you have the guy lifting let's say there's a guy lifting 2 huge concrete boulders. That's the AS, high mobility Zaku, and then you have one suit carrying or one person carrying 1 huge concrete ball. Yeah, that'd be the sniper type. And then you have one guy who's carrying a little bit smaller of a concrete ball. Yeah, that would be the general. It's still good. All these suits, really powerful. And if you can use them in conjunction with your team, they will be quite good. And if you want to know how to get these suits, which I probably should explain at the beginning of the video, but you have to get S rank, and you have to get all 3 stars in every chapter mission in Code Fairy. I'm not sure if that counts the other missions or not, the ones where you get to play as Helena and Mia, but yeah, that's how you get them. You get those suits if you gotta complete, to get the sniper you have to complete it on normal, and then for the general, you have to get it on hard, which, man, the hard can be really annoying with some of the AI in the game, which I might do a review on Volume 1 if you guys want to hear me rant, maybe praise Code Fairy, the Volume 1 at least, then let me know in the comments, because I will definitely do that. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want, I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this extra long, I would say initial thoughts, but you know, let's call it initial thoughts on the Code Fairy suits. Definitely some pretty good suits here, and if you don't have one, if you don't have Code Fairy, then if you want another Gundam game to play and potentially some extra suits, then go ahead, get Code Fairy. Although I'd probably get the standard edition. Unless you really want the raid, then get the deluxe edition, which I believe it's $50 for standard, $60 for the deluxe. Maybe the other, I'll say the other way around. What the fuck? No, $50 for the deluxe and $60 for the standard. Hell no. People just go for the deluxe then. But yeah, definitely these suits were worth the time, I should say. Playing Code Fairy. Although obviously the highlight for me is between the two that I unlocked from the game is the sniper type, and then for a deluxe edition, you know, you get the AS, which that is a really strong raid. The fact that I can play 400 really well with it, and not it doesn't feel like I have the bad resistances like I do, because I feel really confident running in with 2 stuns. Yeah, that suit is really strong. And, you know, let me know in the comment section how you feel about all 3 of these suits. Do you like them? Do you hate them? How does it feel fighting against them? I haven't been seeing these too much around, probably because, you know, people want to play other suits at 300, which is fine, and maybe they don't have Code Fairy, but I have fought the raid, and the raid is scary when you're a support. And definitely when you get caught lacking in a general. Yeah. I think that's gonna be it. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.